From the Fox Studios in downtown Panama City, it's News View with Lee Sullivan.
Let's talk about your endangered freedoms, news and views with an attitude. I can't believe that. Good evening, it's News View. I'm Lee Sullivan. Thank you for allowing me in. I've been threatened to have my Securitas pen taken away. It is my privilege and pleasure to welcome Ron Hart, syndicated columnist, libertarian, great American, and Fox News View contributor back to the show. He also has a pen, but his is so expensive it don't have a clicker on it, okay? It's not a cheapo plastic pen. It's like plutonium or something.
Yeah, it is. It's a nice pen.
Welcome back.
Good to be back.
Good to have you. All right. Here it is. Let's start with this. Remember the Alamo. Here it is for me, okay? Illegal immigrants, that's Santa Anna's Army, okay?
Right.
Arizona, that's the Alamo.
Right.
We're under attack,
right?
Okay?
Yeah.
And I'm hoping Davy Crockett and all of them don't get killed in this thing.
Right. Mexico's told them not to come anymore. They're mad because Arizona's got this law. They feel like they've been insulted. So we could have saved billions of dollars on that electric fence that we put up down there, that fence at the border. Just by insulting them, they don't come back. So that's what we should have done a long time ago. So Arizona's law is very popular. 65% of the people like the law. Obama doesn't like it. They're all pandering for the Hispanic vote. It's gotten to become crazy.
Listen, though. Listen to me. Listen to me. The madness never stops, okay? Where is Alice in Wonderland with the Mad Hatter?
Well, Obama's lost that middle 45 to 55% of the voters. He's got to create more voters to sustain his regime.
Even if they're here illegally, that one would predispose that they would have to vote illegally.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have an ID for everything. Their immigration laws in Mexico are much sterner than ours.
Yes.
And everybody gets upset because you have to present paperwork if you get pulled over. I mean, it's madness. Our country's gone crazy.
I agree, but listen, Dems spark alarm with call for national ID card plan by Senate Democratic leaders to reform the nation's immigration law ran into strong opposition from civil rights liberties defenders before lawmakers even unveiled it. Democratic leaders have proposed requiring every worker in the nation to carry a national identification card with biometric information such as a fingerprint within the next 6 years.
Orwellian. I don't know.
And where is Obama?
Well, his policy is no one left behind. That's his policy. No, he just needs Obama has to have an underclass that feels like they've been wronged, slighted, victimized, and he likes the victim class. So he's telling these folks they're victimized. And Marco Rubio, I mean, he's kind of nuanced it a little bit, and he's not completely for this, obviously.
Right.
Look,
Martinez.
You and I are not Hispanic, and there has to be some worries that there is a little infringement on civil liberties. You're head of a police force. You got to be careful there. I mean, you don't want to be pulled over just because you're that way. But then, profiling is what it is. It's common sense. If someone gets in trouble, they're speeding.
Why would we be checking black guys or white guys if we're looking for illegal Latinos?
Well, that would be profiling them. That would be profiling them. That's the notion that somehow there's not supposed to be any sort of profiling. But statistics are what they are, and it's an inordinate amount of people that if you're speeding or if you're in a car wreck, I mean, just a simple ask for their documentation. They do it everywhere.
Right.
I mean,
you have to show your driver's license.
Exactly. And Georgia had a big vote not long ago. They didn't want people to have to show ID to vote. You could just show up and say, I'm this person, and you could vote.
Like Acorn.
I don't know. All of a sudden, the civil liberties unions is a big part of the Obama administration. But, I mean, I don't understand it. Is the world gone mad? Arizonians, good for you guys for fighting that thing.
Really?
65% of people are for it.
Remember the Alamo.
And I heard like 58% of the illegal Hispanics are for it, and the ones that are here.
You know what? That doesn't surprise me at all.
Right.
Why would someone that went through the horror story that it takes, the nightmare to become an American citizen, want to embrace someone who swam the river?
Exactly. I agree. It's absolutely the best way to go. And if you don't think immigration matters, you ask the Native Americans. That's what we are. They were here first. We took over. You kept coming. You kept coming. You can change a country. And
maybe if enough Latinos come, you and I can open a casino.
That's right. We can do something. I don't know.
Maybe get an oil well.
Look, American can choose who we want here. If you look at the brain drain during World War II, we got the brilliant scientists, the German scientists to come here, the Manhattan Project, all the brilliant people that came here did wonderful things. We got a great country. People want to be here. We get to choose who comes in, and that's very simple. So,
well, Arizona only does what Arizona does because Washington won't do what Washington is supposed to.
Right. It's a war zone down there. Ranchers are getting killed. drug kingpins are coming in. People are desperate. They're not jobs anymore. They're actually gang violence down there. And these are very serious people that are killing people down there. And they have no, I mean, they have no qualms about shooting a rancher, shooting a policeman, running from people, and they got no identification. I mean, how do you arrest them?
So what is supposed to be, I mean, we're going to have demonstrations. People that have broken the law are going together in the streets and demand that they be, what, given citizenship?
I don't know what it is. I mean, it's a fringe element. You know, the left-wing media will cover it as if it's a great, the Tea Parties, of course, those are bad, bigoted, awful people. These are great American heroes that are boycotting or protesting this immigration issue. Arizona's got it right. Other countries agree. California's the next one. They'll never vote in California that way. It's too liberal. But they got the same problem. Look, average family comes to America. It costs $21,000 a year. Average Hispanic family. You got $9,000 a kid in school. It takes $9,000 and then another $2,000 usually because English. They don't speak English. You got to spend $2,000 bucks more. They go to the charity hospitals downtown, and they're a huge tax on the service, and they don't pay taxes. It's a cash economy, and when they do make money, oftentimes they send it back home. We can decide who we want in this country. Right now, with unemployment high, it's a little bit different story than it was 4 years ago when we need the labor.
Is it the optimum greed of businesses that? I mean, you have to have cheese to get the rat, you know. Yeah. I mean, not a little crass, but I mean, the people hire them. They know that they hire them. They hire them so they can roll off the money, I believe.
They're cheaper, and they work hard. Look.
Oh yeah.
I don't begrudge these people. They come here for the American dream. They come here to work. They come here to better themselves. They come here to do well, and not all of them, but most of them come here, and they're big. They appreciate this country, and a lot of people that live here do not appreciate this country.
Right, but when they come in, we have gone so far that we can systemize them, we can socialize them right away. With the welfare and the education and all the you know, I mean, we can put them on the dole. They don't have to go look for it. We'll go look for them.
The poor people in America live better than the upper class in most countries, and they know that. And there's a minimum sustenance of living that they can get by coming here. They get welfare. They get all the things that are great in America and don't pay any taxes. That's the reason a fair tax or you know, the Neil Bort's fair tax makes a lot of sense. Point of sale, 12 to 17% every time you buy something. It gets illegals, it gets tourists, it gets pimps and hookers and drug dealers. Everybody has to pay. And that's the only way to go. Otherwise, we're all paying for this.
Well,
and we're going broke.
You know, and I read a news article that said that illegals were leaving Arizona like oh no.
Yeah, they are. They're mad. They're going. And then California's protesting Arizona, said they're not going to go to their ball games. They got one contract with Arizona. They're going to pull one contract they have with the state of Arizona for business. California's a nut now. It may fall into the Pacific someday.
Wouldn't be a loss.
It wouldn't.
Ron Hart. We'll be right back.